What's going on, guys? We're starting our Problem of Evil series this Sunday, so I just wanted to make a quick video for everybody, all of our volunteers, kind of explaining why we're doing this, what our goal is in this, and kind of how things are going to work every week. So why we're doing this, it's kind of a weird study, a bit unusual. The reason we're doing this, like we went over in our volunteer meeting, is we're committed to cultivating students that are really well-rounded. So we went through those 4 topics we're going to teach through: exegetical series, theological series, apologetics, and relevant topics. And so you guys are kind of coming out of a somewhat exegetical study that you guys were doing through your curriculum that we just finished up 2 weeks ago. And we're going to do more of a theological study in our life groups. So gentle and lowly, we're looking at kind of the heart of Christ and the heart of God. So the doctrine of Christ, the doctrine of God, who they are towards us as sinners most naturally. And so that's more of a theological study. And so on Sunday mornings, we're going to hit an apologetic topic. That's the problem of evil. And then coming out of the summer, we'll probably do a relevant topic series for the students. And so we're just going to shuffle through those 4 broad categories to create hopefully really well-rounded students. So that's why we're doing it. Our main goal in this series is every week we're going to go through a different argument from the Christian perspective of why God would allow evil in the world. And we want students every week, almost all of them, if not all of them, to walk out really understanding the argument that we went over. And understanding it well enough to kind of reproduce it themselves. That's what we want students to walk out with every week. That's the only or the most important thing that we want them to leave with. And we want them to do that mostly to supplement their own faith. Every Christian kind of battles this question at some point in their life, especially young students trying to figure out Christianity on their own. And so we want them to, we want this to kind of support their faith in Christ so that they don't have as many doubts, as many questions, as many concerns over at least this topic moving forward in their life, and that when they're faced with this topic that everyone is faced with, they've kind of got at least some semblance of an answer and an explanation. And then secondly, students will kind of also be equipped, prepared to provide a witness and a defense when this topic comes up with classmates, with teammates, with whomever. They'll have at least a little bit of background information to be able to handle this topic in front of others. And then how this is going to work and how we're going to accomplish those goals is every week, like I said, we'll go through a different argument, and students are going to kind of build for themselves a packet that will, at the end of the 6 weeks, give them this big, broad range of answers to why God allows evil in the world. So every week they'll come in, they'll get a note sheet, kind of like they did at D Now, that'll have some blanks on it that they'll fill out throughout the lesson. They're going to keep up with that. We're going to try to enforce that and tell them, put that in a safe place, keep up with that packet, build it throughout the 6 weeks, and keep it after the 6 weeks to go back and reference. So that's one way we'll have them kind of reinforce these arguments. And then the second way is through parents. Hopefully this is going to work out well. I think it's could be really productive for parents and students, but I'm going to reach out to them later this week and every week for the next 6, challenging them to ask their student at some point during the week just that main question that we're going through: why does God allow bad things to happen to good people? And then challenge that student to reproduce the answer that we gave them on Sunday. And they can use their packet, they can try to use it without the packet, but this will hopefully open up the home for some discipleship, some opportunity for students to have conversation with their parents, for their parents to know what we're teaching their students downstairs, and it also reinforces that argument, and it again kind of gives them some repetition to be able to reproduce this on their own. That's the kind of understanding we're looking for, not just that they compute what we're saying on Sunday and can understand the argument, but that they get it well enough that they can actually reproduce it themselves, both for their own faith and for interacting with other people. So that's why we're doing this, what our goals are for this. Gives you kind of a laser focus for the next 6 weeks of what we're hoping to get from our students. So thanks, guys. I'll see you on Sunday.